Welcome back, YouTube, and thanks for joining me today. This is going to be the fourth installment of the 35 Whelen build from my previous series of videos. For Christmas this year, my wife purchased the threading service from Silencer Central. Never used them before. Haven't seen a lot of reviews on YouTube about them. There have been a few lately that have come out, and they seem to be pretty positive. So I mentioned that to her, and lo and behold, it showed up beneath the Christmas tree this year. So I wanted to give you a first-person view of what you get when you purchase the service, just what comes in the box, how it all works, and when we get it back here in a week or two, hopefully show you what we've got and put it all together, test it out with our suppressor on there. So in the box from Silencer Central, you will receive your customer information packet. This contains my return shipping label, which we don't need to see, a few steps on how to get the barrel threaded, some information on Silencer Central. We also have, this looks like a full-length return shipping box. So fold that out, fix it up, and inside you would place your barrel or barreled action with the Silencer Central rifle case, branded Silencer Central. So I'm only doing one. They send out one case. You have the option to do two at a time, I believe. And they'll ship out two cases that you can put in the same box, ship them in. But I'm only doing one. So let's get the barreled action, and we'll get it put inside the case, fold out the box, and put it all together. All right, so we've got the barreled action here. It is just the barreled action. We've removed the trigger assembly and all of the scope mounting hardware per Silencer Central instructions. Their machining is capable of threading this as it is here. If you would like, you can fully disassemble, take the barrel down, just send in the barrel. You don't have to send in the action. But since we already had this one head spaced and shooting nicely, we're just going to send it in like this. It's not difficult taking the trigger off, and replacing the mounting hardware is pretty easy as well. One note about the soft case that they send, just so you know, only unzips to here, which is perfectly adequate for what we're doing here, but just so you know, only unzips to the strap right there. This does go back via FedEx. Our return shipping label was FedEx, so we're going to drop it off there. I will keep track of the days, and when we receive it, we'll open it. All right, guys, so it took exactly 13 days from the time I dropped this off at the FedEx office until it was returned to my doorstep. We now have a threaded barrel with an included thread protector. I'll mention that I didn't have any issues dropping this off at the FedEx office. They simply scanned the barcode and took it right in. No issues getting it delivered either. It wasn't signature required. I didn't ask for that. But very impressed with how quick the turnaround time was. And also impressed with how nice the threads are. I mean, super clean threads, came back super clean. I've test fit the suppressor and a few different brakes on there, so no issue at all. Everything came back super clean. No visible marring or anything on the action of the barrel. I think that I don't even think they had to remove the barrel at all. I think they just threw it in the machine the way that it was, since everything else had already been removed. Shipped back in a cardboard box, just like the one that was shipped off in, and back in the include case. So that's mine to keep now. But yeah, really nice job. Cost for all of this, so the threading service itself is $125 for one. Shipping all the way around is $40, and if you decide to do two at a time, you can spread that cost out a little bit. So $40, and you can ship two if you'd like. I paid an extra $25 to have them just check the threads and the alignment. I'm not sure if that was necessary, but I thought, why not? So all around, I think tax included, we came in right around 190 is what we ended up paying. So I think it's a great value, especially in the time that it took. I mean, that was sort of over the holidays, and with the weather that we've had recently. This was during some of the shipment delays from FedEx up north with the winter weather. So, very good job, Silencer Central. This will be the end product with the Bushwhacker 36 attached. Threaded 5/8 by 24, 36 caliber can. Magnum rated, should really tame the recoil from the 35 Whelen. Again, I'll mention that out of this rifle, the way that it was built and the way that the MDT field stock fits, not a huge difference in recoil from just shooting a really heavy 30-06 out of a lightweight rifle. But, you know, I've shot 180 and 200 grain 30-06 that I felt kicked a little bit more than this 35 Whelen did. So, but that's a look at how it'll made up. We'll get it reassembled, and hopefully we'll get to take it to the range. All right, guys, we finally got some range results. Sorry it's taken so long. We've had some bad weather here, and I was sick for several weeks. First the flu, then a sinus infection, but we made it to the range today, and boy, it was nice shooting suppressed. That suppressor just takes all the bite out of the 35 Whelen. Really a joy to shoot. Put about a box of shells down range. I'm going to loop some footage of that in here, and then we'll take a look at the results that we have. So.
Now I'm going to raise it back up now.
Up first, we had the 200 grain Superformance unsuppressed. Just wanted to see where our point of impact was after remounting the scope. We were almost dead on. Now, we did have a pretty strong crosswind today from left to right. So we were just a little high, and probably the wind contributed to that right. But two touching, you know, a little over a half-inch group there. So great group with the Superformance unsuppressed. Really like that. Our TTSX hand loads, that's actually a two-shot group. Same hole, shot two right in there, and said, well, that's good enough. That's a good point of impact. So just a little high, a little right. Again, probably the wind. Then we threw the suppressor on. Couple of shots with the TTSX hand loads, a little over an inch. Two almost touching right there. Really nice group, but you can see we did have an impact shift several inches high. Same thing with our second group. Now this is actually a 4-shot group with 3 touching, TTSX hand load. And again, several inches high with the suppressor on there. That carried over to the Superformance loads as well. Boy, did they open up. That's our first group with the Superformance. We pushed about an extra 3 inches high, so almost 6 inches high from our aim point with the suppressor on there, and that group opened up to over 3 inches. I wish I could say it got better, but the second group we did was almost the same, about 6 inches from point of aim and well over a 3-inch group. So I think we will stay now with the TTSX for suppressed usage when we're hunting. That's the bullet I'd prefer to use hunting, the copper bullet. I think that's going to do us really nice. We've got good elevation right here. This was at 100 yards, so that'll put us on target at 200, 250 yards. And really, we'll shoot the Superformance unsuppressed, and we can keep about the same point of impact. 3.5 inches high with the TTSX suppressed and the 200 grain Superformance unsuppressed. So overall, happy with how it performed. Was really wanting the TTSX to hold together, and I'm glad it did. The Superformance, I don't know. We can still use it unsuppressed though, so we've got that in our back pocket. But thanks so much for watching, guys. This has been such a fun build to do. I hope to have more videos for you in the future, and I appreciate everybody who has commented and everyone who has subscribed to the channel. I hope to bring you some more content, and I hope you enjoy what you see. If you have any suggestions, please throw them in the comments, and until next time, thanks again for watching. Have a good one.